So George, stay up here. You're not going to get off that easy. Come on up here.
I want to go back and drink my water.
I know, I'm sorry. You can drink your champagne. I'm happy with that. So, yeah, so thank you. That was enlightening yet again. I learn something every time you get up here and talk about AIME, every time you talk on the phone about AIME. And over the past year, planning for AIME's 150th functions, including those at the member societies events. Some of them virtual over the past year, but just as pleasant. I've had the great pleasure of again working with our resident AIME historian, George, and I've learned even more about the Institute than I knew. And there's so much more to learn in the archives, believe it or not. You know, every time we go in there, we find some nuggets, and they're just fabulous. They're fascinating. And one of the nuggets he shared from perusing the archives was a recognition that was started back in 1895, given no more than once every 10 years, to a past president, which you are. You officially turned the gavel over to Kevin the other day.
Do this to Nikhil. The intent of
You were going to do it to Nikhil. He was going to do it to Nikhil. But I thought, okay, he made me aware of something, and this is very interesting. So, so this was given to a past president of practically unblemished reputation, of an illustrious ancestry, and one who has discovered the Golden Fleece. Previous recipients, of which we know of only 3 total, were Dr. Ledoux, who is actually a portrait artist that made a few portraits of some of our leaders, and Mr. Rand, Charles Rand, for which we have an award, a sustainability award. So the last recipient, we believe, in 1920 was James Kemp, the man in the picture of the article that Tony is going to pass around. Did you pass around yet? Okay. Okay, so the article that you have in front of you, George actually shared with me, and he said, oh, this is such a neat thing, and I'd like to do this recognition for Nikhil, and, you know, what do you think about this? And I said, what a great idea, that's fabulous, you know, let's do it. And then I suggested, well, maybe, you know, the AIME, you haven't given away your presidential citation yet, do you want to do the presidential citation? So we did that for Nikhil instead. But I noticed that there was a picture on the second page of the PDF, which George didn't notice. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a picture of it. We can see the Golden Fleece, the Order of the Golden Fleece. So I'd like to read to you the citation for James Kemp, discoverer of economic geology, past president of this institute, Columbia man, respected even by Harvard mining graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by Article 23 of the Constitution, and in token of your being the most generally beloved member of the American Institute of Mining and Metallurgical Engineers, I hereby create you a member of the Order of the Golden Fleece. And that was from the secretary at the time, I believe, the Toastmaster at the meeting. So in the same regard, George W. Luxbacher, pontificator of AIME history, past president twice of this institute, Penn State man, respected even by Colorado School of Mines graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by Article 4 of the New York bylaws, and in token of your being the host with the most, I hereby create you a member of the Order of the Golden Fleece. As such, we have something for you. Here you go. Okay, and as you open that,
I know what I wanted to do for Nikhil, and I think Michelle did the same thing.
I did. So take a look at the picture you've got, because you're gonna think it's a little funky. But this was out of copper. This is out of copper. This should be a pretty close replica of the Order of the Golden Fleece. So, and you wondered why we didn't recognize you at the board meeting. Well, this is why. So we saved it till tonight. So this is in 2021, obviously in George's honor. It says 2012 and 2020 president. And it also says a couple of things on it. So the typical order of the Golden Fleece, which is actually a very important honor, and in fact, current knights of the order include Queen Elizabeth II, Emperor Akito of Japan, former Tsar Simeon of Bulgaria, and the Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands. So the mottos inscribed within are Pretium laborum non vile, no mean reward for labors, or not a bad reward for labor. And then also non-aliud, which means I will have no other. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
All right.
I thought Nikhil would love this, so when I proposed this to Michelle, I thought, wow, this will get Nikhil so red when I do this to him.
He's gonna be sad, yeah, that he didn't get it, I'm sure.
He has to wait 6 years now.
That's right. No, 10. He's got to wait 10 years.
10 years.
So the next one is 10 years. So in closing, if you guys will let me, I just want to say a few words. As George alluded to, one of the things that's that AIME has done over the years for all of its annual meetings is field trips. We've kind of re-energized that, reinstated that with George's kicked it off in 2012 with our trip in Alaska, and so I want to read to you from the 1871 again minutes a little bit about what they did back then and lead us into the field trips for tomorrow. So on Friday morning, February 23rd, began the excursions hospitably provided by the railroad companies and the industrial establishments of the vicinity. On a special train put at their service by the New Jersey Central Railroad, the members and guests proceeded to Palmerton, near Hazard, for inspection of the extensive new works of the New Jersey Zinc Works, comprising the largest zinc oxide plant in the world, admirably equipped with the Spelter plant and Spiegel furnace. Electric motors and numerous other time and labor-saving appliances abound on every hand, replacing manual labor by ingenious machines and devices to a very notable extent, all driven by an ample power plant. In the afternoon, the party went by special train to the Atlas Portland Cement Company's works at Northampton. This visit was followed by a similar inspection under courteous conductors of the works of the Lehigh Valley Portland Cement Company, where there was opportunity to note the differences of operation in these two vast establishments for cement making, and to admire the ingenuity and skill shown in all the methods for manufacturing this indispensable material in the modern modes of construction. On the return, the party stopped at the works of Thomas Iron Company, finding special interest in the new 1905 blowing engines of the, this must have been the 1906 meeting, sorry, of the Alice Chambers cross-compound type, which at 54 revolutions supply 41,563 cubic feet of air per minute, and the new turbine pumping plant driven by electric power. The visitors received souvenirs of the trip. From the Atlas Cement Company, a diary, from the Lehigh Cement Company, a metal matchbox and pen and pencil holder, and from the Thomas Iron Company, a paperweight in the shape of a comfortable-looking little pig, called the Thomas Pig. David Thomas, the founder of Thomas Iron Company, was elected first president of the Institute at the first meeting in May 1871 at Wilkes-Barre, and was for many years an honorary member. The day was concluded by a pleasant reunion at the Northampton Club, South Bethlehem, in the evening. On Saturday, February 24th, the party went on special train provided by the courtesy of the Lehigh Valley Railroad to the notable foundry and machine shops of the Ingersoll Rand Company near Phillipsburg, New Jersey. The novel Temple Ingersoll electric air rock drill, just put on the market, attracted the greatest attention. Some of the party departed to their homes from this point, but the majority returned to South Bethlehem and visited the works of the New Jersey Zinc Company in that place, rounding out the proceedings of the 90th meeting of the Institute, which had been full of varied interest and satisfaction. And so ended that meeting, and so ends our meeting until the field trips tomorrow. And we thank you very much for attending, and look forward to the future celebrations of AIME when we can get together again. Thank you so much.